Yes, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kana. If you're new here, karibu sana. If you're a returning subscriber, what's good? Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be cool, but you know, let's just go into the video because if I start explaining myself, we won't even get started. Yeah, how are you? I hope that everyone is doing fine. If you're new to my videos and you've never heard me say this before, this is something that I insist on, and it's like when you're working with God and when you have a relationship with God, when you have that personal relationship with God, the way that you move, the way that you think will be renewed on a daily. And one thing that I'm so grateful for is the way that God has been changing my life. He has been taking so many things out of my life, and it's things that I didn't even know that needed to be taken out of. What do I then say about this? Just keep listening. Keep listening to this message, and you'll understand what I mean by when I say it's things that I didn't even know that were not right, or things that I didn't know were not wrong. Because in this society, everything goes, and that's the problem. That's the problem right there. And there are so many influencers in quote that are promoting all sorts of things. And you think, because when you grow up seeing something, when you see something repeatedly, you start to believe it. When you hear something repeatedly, you start to believe it. And there's so many negative things that people are promoting, and nobody is saying anything about it. Like dating. I'm here to cancel dating culture. Dating is not a God's thing. I'm gonna say this, and what do I mean by this? I didn't even know that there was something wrong with that until God called me into isolation, and I wasn't allowed to date anybody. These are things that I don't talk to people about because it might seem weird, but it's like I'm not allowed to, even right now, even as I'm doing this video, I'm not allowed to date. And the society says when you're a single lady and you are young, put yourself out there, go out with guys. What do you have to lose? You keep meeting people, you break up, and then you find someone new. But there's something wrong with that. I know we live in a society where it doesn't matter your body count, it doesn't matter how many people you go out with, it doesn't matter, like, it's acceptable. But such a lifestyle, does it bring you, is it honor or honor? I don't know. But does it bring you honor, or does it bring God honor? Honor. Forgive me, but you just have to go with it. When I initially stopped with the dating thing, I felt like I was the one that's losing as a woman. And it's like I get to give somebody my time, my body, my energy. For what? For fun? And then men will be like, I'm just, we're just getting to know each other. What knowing does it, like, how long do you need to get to know someone? And why do we have to be in a sexual relationship for you to get to know me? Like, those are like manipulation tactics that young girls don't know of, or they're just, simply okay with it because everybody is doing it. I question everything. I want to know, why am I doing this? What value is it adding to my life? What am I losing? What am I gaining? Is it worth it? And when I stopped dating, it was like, this thing is not giving me, and it's not adding any value into my life. If anything, I'm losing. I'm losing myself in the process. I'm losing my self-worth. I'm losing my self-respect. I'm losing the way I see myself. And these people don't even value themselves enough to value you, or to value or to respect you. This is one thing that you will learn as you go on in life. And I've said this before, people will only meet you as deep as they've met themselves. And just because someone has money, and just because someone is, famous, it doesn't make them high value. I think the measure of value for me is self-awareness. And it's how deep you've met yourself and how deep you respect yourself, because the same respect that you give yourself, you'll give to other things, not just women, not just other men, but even to animals. You'll give that same respect to trees, you'll give that same respect to rivers, you'll give that respect to every other living thing. But if you don't respect yourself, and most people in this world, they don't respect themselves, and that is why everything around them is dying. You get? So let's go back to dating and being in relationships with this men that don't have any respect for you completely, because if someone respects you, they're gonna treat you with respect, they're gonna wait for you, and they're not going to like want to get intimate with you knowing that they don't see a future with you, or if they have doubts in their hearts for you. Dating is not a God's thing. Like the way we do courtship, yes, but dating and being sexual and being intimate with people in the name of getting to know them, especially when God has not told you to be in a relationship with this specific person. And that is why I prayed for rejection. I pray for rejection. I love being rejected, right? I love it when someone says, I'm proud of, I don't know, I'm proud. And I love it when people take themselves out of my life. I love that, like, please, God, do not waste my time, you know? Do not waste your time either. People don't have respect. People have lost respect of themselves and of others. I don't even know where I was going with this video. This is what I want to tell, and this is what I want to say to the single ladies that are in a walk with God. For the others, y'all can do what you want. I'm talking to the chosen ones, I'm talking to the called ones, I'm talking to the people that have a relationship with God. If you just ask God. One thing that I was so upset about, I will probably do another video of my life lately and where I've been, and you know, everything that God has been showing me and revealing to me. And it's like I remember telling God that I don't want to go out with somebody, I don't want to sleep with someone for money or for trips. I don't want to go over and about exchanging my self-worth and exchanging my body for things. That is one thing that I was praying for, and I was just pushing so much to be independent so that I'm able to care for myself and so that I'm able to provide for myself. And you will see, one time I went on a date with someone, and while on a date, I hate when someone is sexual with me lately. It's like, especially if we just met and you're all touchy, and it pisses me off. So this was before even like God told me to stop dating. This was before, way long. And I went on a date with somebody, and it was terrible. Not terrible in a way that they didn't pay or they forced me to pay, but it was like, I felt like because they took me on a date, they wanted something from me. They wanted a favor. They wanted a sexual favor. And I looked at this and I'm like, this is bullshit. Of course I didn't do it. And I blocked them afterwards because that's just the kind of person that I am. I don't do bullshit and nonsense. And it's like, I when things like this happen, I talk to God and I'm like, this is bullshit. This is rubbish. And why would I go now on a date with somebody that's, I decline dates lately, like, no, I'm not coming, let's go, no, I'm not coming, because why would I waste my time with you? You want to buy me you want to sleep with me because you've bought me a cup of coffee? I can make that coffee for myself and stay at the comfort of my house and read a word from the Bible. See, there's no value. There's no value you're getting from it. It's just food. I'd rather save up for my experiences. I'd rather save up as much as God allows me. And it's like, if God has called me to be somewhere, I know I'm gonna get there, and I don't have to live like a dog. I love my freedom. I love freedom in all forms. I love my, you know, I want to think for myself, and I want to move for myself. Like I want freedom, and I'm grateful because where I am, I've attained that freedom for myself, and I still see God doing great things and wonderful things in my life. And that's why I did a video, and I was like, lately I'm able to say that I prayed for this, and I prayed for this, and I prayed for this. Why am I sharing this? It is so many things that our society has termed as okay, and it's cool. You can date whoever you want, you can date as many people as you want, and that's not a godly thing. That's not a good thing. That's not the right thing to do. Like, don't even date anybody. If God wants someone for you, you will know it. There are things that come from God, they come with a confirmation, not confusion. And they don't bring you shame. They don't bring shame to you or God. So stop dating. These men are not even worth it. I don't know if you're gonna regret it. That's for you to decide. But this is just a message that I had to share with whoever that needs to hear it. When you are young, work on yourself. Work on preserving yourself. And then another thing is, if you've already been out there and you've already been, involving yourself and dating and just out there and you're used to the lifestyle, it's not hard to stop. Once you make that choice, it's so easy to stop, and it's so easy for your life to turn around. Like, God can turn your life around. It doesn't matter how messy it is. I keep seeing it in my life. Like I'm saying, this is a walk that I'm so new to. There's so many things I think as I tell God this, and I'm always like, there's so much that I don't know, there's so much that I'm not aware of, and I'm able to say that. And when you understand that you don't know, and you understand that you're not aware of so many things, then you welcome the guidance from God. And I think that is what happened in my life, and that is why I'm even able to share these things with you and to tell you, like, dating does not bring you honor or God. It just brings you shame, and don't do it. If you're a young girl, don't do it. If everybody is doing it, especially when everybody is doing something, you have to question that thing. This dating culture is not a God thing. It's not a God thing. And you can do with your body whatever you want to do, but at the end of it, especially if you have a relationship with God, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get convicted either way. So it's better to stop as early as where you are, so you don't regret later. One thing that I'm so proud of myself, and I think I said it in other videos, is that I left a job, I left friendships, I blocked people, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that, because I'll still be hurting. I wouldn't even be, knowing and aware of myself as the way I am right now. I'm sharing because if I was so clueless in my mind, how many people are clueless like me? So if there's a child of God out there and is still going with the flow of life as is now, stop, and just focus on working on yourself and focus on having a relationship with God. Again, I hope this video helps you. Hashtag cancel dating culture. It does not bring honor to women, and like, just obey God. Obedience is better than what, but yeah, regret. It's better to obey and just don't take advice from people like whose lives you wouldn't want. There's a Kenyan influencer that I used to listen to, and I used to like, because she was bold and she was a woman, and I have a thing for bold women, not sexually, but it's like I just admire women that are vocal about their needs and wants, and she was vocal about so many things. But now that I look at it, she was just vocal, she was just loud with it. There's just nothing important she was saying or doing. And now that I'm where I am, I'm able to look back and I see how many women she's gonna mislead, and it's such a shame, really. But then I had to look at her life and the way she is, and I'm like, that's not what I want. I had to be really honest with myself, like, and being honest with yourself is really important. Like, what do you really want? As there are a list of things that I've said about my life. I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. This is not what I want. And when somebody that embodies the things that I don't want starts to talk, now I'm like, swipe, swipe, block, swipe, block, mute, not interested, because I'm not. Especially if you don't have a relationship with God and you don't have a walk with God, there's nothing that you can say that I would want to hear, because if you're not being used by God, then you're being used by something else. So yeah, unless something happens in between and then God says to listen to you, which I would, but unless that happens, I will not. But then again, utawatambua kwa their fruits. You will know them by their fruits. You will know people by their fruits. And that's all I'm gonna say. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If this video helps you, share with other people. I would really appreciate. This thing stopped working. I don't know if you're going to hear me, but it's like, I don't know what happened, but yeah, it just stopped working, and now I'm using my phone's microphone. So I hope you'll hear me, because I feel like this is a really important message. So I just yeah, bye.